Quick announcement before the video continues. There is an uh, epileptic warning on this. There are some flashing lights in the video. So if that does affect you, then please click off the video now. Thank you.
Nerd.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Hector or Tiger Gaming, whichever one you watch this from, whether it's in the classroom or it's actually on YouTube. And today I'll be talking about the things that we learned in leadership class. We're supposed to put this together as a presentation, skit, whatever, and I chose to do a video. And I've tried my best on this with the time that I had, and it was fun. It was difficult, but something I don't think I will ever do again. Anyway, so we're going to get just straight into it because it gets it done more quickly. The first thing I want to talk about is the personality type. And the way the personality type works was it goes by a certain code with certain letters. And mine was ENTP, which was extroverted, intuitive, thinking, and perceiving. Extroverted means that you like to be around people more and hang out with them, be around people. Um, Intuitive means that you like to focus on patterns in the future of what's to come. Thinking is obvious, but from what the website says, you use logic and objective analysis when trying to figure things out. You mainly think about things more deeply. And perceiving means you can be very spontaneous and flexible with things. However, because of that, you will be less scheduled and you're going to watch time fly by a lot. Um, the second part of that whole section is that they all have their own descriptions, and mine was called the Visionary. Now, the Visionary is creative, resourceful, and good at a broad range of things. They do have a bit of a one-up manship, as in they try to one-up people, but they get extremely excited about new ideas and enjoy being with people. However, because of all of that, they can neglect the more routine aspects of life, such as jobs and stuff. And it can ruin things at times, but in general, it's fun to have. It's a fun friend to have, I would say. Now, every code does have their job as well that might fit them. And for my ENTP, all the jobs that the websites have said were engineer or a computer programmer or even an actor. But none of those fit me. I'm more interested in doing filming, and being a psychologist is possibly. That's what I've heard to do, and I've been interested in that. But none of the jobs, fit into that area, which I do want to just say on the sideline. That doesn't mean that you have to stick to that code and the jobs that it suggests you. Just because a job in a website says, oh, you should do this job, doesn't mean that you should do it. Just do the things that you want to do in life. The next thing that I do also want to talk about in that same, section of the personality codes is the Holland codes. And the Holland code was made by a man named Dr. Holland, obviously, and he made the code to help people develop self-awareness and find fulfillment and achieve success in a career, which I think is very interesting. My personality type code, the Holland code thing, was ISE, which stands for Investigative, Social, and Enterprising. We were supposed to find out our preferred work environment for the first letter of the Holland code. So with investigative, it is said that my preferred work environment allows for independent work. It encourages scientific competencies, or I like to work with people on scientific things, and focusing on solving complex problems in original ways, which does actually fit me, depending on the situation. Some of the jobs that were suggested to me were music therapist, film, video, and editing, and even a psychologist, which all fit my area. And I've tried music before. It is difficult, but it is something that I could most definitely try. And I feel like if I have the right idea, filming can also be a very good thing for me. The next thing is career clusters. This is a way of describing and deciding what careers fit in certain sections, and it's you figure it out after answering questions for the Holland code. And because I want to do filming, the job is in the career cluster of arts, audio and visual, technology, and communications. The next thing I also want to talk about are my values. Values can be a very touchy subject, but from what I remember and from what I have, a lot of my values are kind of an in-between. You know, a lot of things can bug me, but most of the time it doesn't really bother me with what happens, such as working with a team or working independently. It's always iffy for me. My lifestyle goals are also a interesting thing, and it did really help me think on what I want to do in life. On the screen now should be my visionary board, if I did put it up there. And it is simple, and I will go down it the best I can. To start off, go to college, learn the things I want to learn. You know, pretty simple. It's not a perfect vision board. After learning, hopefully graduating, and then finding the job that I want to do. And then from there, possibly get a stable life, possibly live somewhere on my own, you know. Then maybe find somebody to be with, and then stay alive and not die a horrible death. You know, so a very simple vision board on what I want to do in life. The next thing I want to talk about is being in the film industry, and it can be difficult. From all the research that I've done, it takes a lot of time and a lot of work and a lot of thought process and, you know, all that. And especially with the things I want to do in filming, it's not specific. I'm really down to do anything. So that means that I'm gonna have to do a lot of training. But the pay is nice, however. The money can obviously range, depending on how much the movie makes and how much the actors and everything ask for, you know. But it can range from $5,000, which I think, as I remember, deals with small little shows, all the way up to $20 million, and possibly more, depending on how much the movie makes and all that in this, you know, the box office. Training as well is an interesting story, because quoted from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, they say that there is no strict training requirements for film producers. However, from what I've known and from what I've researched, a lot of film producers graduate with a bachelor's and all the training that they have gotten from college. So it is obviously a good idea to go through college and figure those things out and, you know, learn all that before you do that filming. You know? Because if you don't, then it's going to take a long time to actually learn and get the right shots and all that. The growth for filming as well is a lot more interesting than I thought. It's apparently it's supposed to grow by 12% from 2021 to 2031, which is good, with an average job openings of 9,400 a year, which sounds good, but with how many people are in the US and who knows how many in China and all that crap, it's different. You know, it's definitely varies. There's not as many openings as people think. The job of filming can vary, from acting to being a stunt double to being someone who controls the camera. The list of filming is a big one and can definitely fit a lot of people's interests, so that is a good thing to take into notice. The work conditions can be good as well, while other times they aren't. It can vary from being indoors and air conditioning and, you know, all that, to being outdoors in the heat or the rain and the snow, you know. It all varies depending on the project that is being done. The other problem with filming and stuff as well is that noises can get loud and can be uncomfortable for some people. So if you do have noise problems, or maybe, like I said before in the beginning of the video, epileptic, you know, seizures or whatever, that can definitely affect you with filming and what happens in the jobs that you do. But there are a lot of pros and cons to the film industry in general, so it is a good idea to research it before doing it. The work hours can vary as well. Most of them last 6-day work hours with 11 hours of work each day, which is a long time. But they do have an hourly lunchtime, which I guess, you know, is good and is kind of, you know, how normal job works, I think. I don't know. However, it is said to watch out for 7-day work hours, because you do need your breaks. You can't work 24/7 on something. I mean, you can, but it's gonna wear you down fast. There are also a lot of myths in the film industry. I've heard some of these before. However, there still are a lot that I haven't heard, and there are some that I'm pretty sure other people haven't heard. Some of them include that the director should know how to do everyone's job on set, which I'm gonna be honest, I thought was a real one before, but apparently not. It's up to everybody else to know what they're doing, and it's the director's job to do his own job. And another one is that the director has the power to change the framing of whatever they want. When that isn't true, they stick to the script and what is happening. They can't, change it up like that. And there are also a lot of trends in the film industry, such as using practical effects instead of CGI, which is computer generated. I think it's something. The I stands for something. I forgot. But practical effects means if you're gonna throw dust, instead of letting a computer generate it, you actually throw dust. It's really it is really nice. There are a lot of movies out there that are really good movies because they use a lot of the practical the practical effects instead of CGI. But it also does cause a lot of problems, which it's not good at times. A lot of the times, practical effects can be dangerous, which is why a lot of the times they use CGI, and especially how you can't technically destroy a building if you wanted to for a film. So, one of the other trends is diversity in movies and shows. I'm not going to get into this one because it can cause a lot of controversy, but in general, it is a big trend that has been going on around right now, and that's where I'm going to leave that, But it is a trend that has been going on a lot, and I think it's actually it's gone on a lot even beforehand, A skill that is definitely needed for filmmaking is computer skills, whether it's coding or the CGI or practical effects or editing something out. You're gonna need to know how to learn. You're gonna need to know how to use a computer. Let's be honest here, and that is the case with a lot of jobs as well. And one question that is asked is, how does my personality type work with my job that I want to do? And it doesn't. A lot of the time, tests and things I did to find the right jobs never gave me the job for filmmaking. Now, maybe I did those tests wrong, but, it didn't give me the job that I wanted to. But that's fine. It will stick to what I want to do in the future. All in all, this was fun and stressful, and this is the end, obviously. But no, it was a fun and stressful thing. I hope I did a lot of editing onto this, or at least made this interesting, and if I did, then I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be doing a project for a while, but this was something I hope I don't have to do again, because it was a lot more stressful than I thought it was, I think. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day and just a good life, and enjoy life, as it is. So that's off script, by the way. So yeah, adios. Quick editor's note. This is mainly for the teacher, and I hope I explain in the class that there is a problem. I tried importing my Visionary board in the video, and it failed horribly. So that's why I added the messed up cat instead. So hope that doesn't cause any problems. Other than that, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.